by Saint Faustus of Rates on the marriage of Christ and his church. Now, on the third day, there was a wedding. This wedding is prayer and joy over man's salvation. It is celebrated on the third day according to the mystical meaning of that number, either by professing faith in the Trinity or through faith that comes from the resurrection. For so also in another gospel passage, the younger son's return, that is, the conversion of the people of the Gentiles, is welcomed with music and wedding garments. And so, like a bridegroom, he comes forth from his bride chamber to the earth in order to espouse the church, to be gathered from all people, having taken flesh upon himself, the church to whom he gave birth, a dowry and an earnest money from God was joined to man. Dowry, when he was sacrificed for the salvation of man. Earnest money we understand to be a present ransom. A ransom dowry we understand to be life eternal. And so to those who saw, these things were miracles, and to those who understand sacraments. For if we carefully consider, there is a certain way in which in the waters themselves a likeness to baptism and regeneration is manifested. For when one thing is being effectually changed into another within itself, where the lowlier created thing is transformed by a secret conversion into a nobler kind, the mystery of the second birth is enacted. The waters are suddenly changed later to change man. Therefore, when Christ was active in Galilee, wine is produced. That is, the law gave way, grace succeeded, the shadow is removed, and truth is demonstrated. The fleshly things are compared with the spiritual. The ancient observances are changed into the New Testament. As the blessed apostle says, old things have passed away, and behold, they are made new. And just as waters which are contained in the pitchers lose nothing of their being, and now begin to be what they were not, so the Lord does not perish when made manifest to the coming of Christ, but it flourishes. When therefore the wine fails, other wine is supplied. A good wine indeed is that of the Old Testament, but that of the New is better. The Old Testament, which the Jews observe, vanishes away in the letter, and the New Testament, which applies to us, gives back in grace the savour of life. Good wine, that is, a good injunction, belongs to the law when you hear, you shall love your neighbour and hate your enemy. But the better and stronger is the wine of the gospel when you hear, but I say to you, love your enemies and do good to them that hate you. Well, yeah, cheers. That was good.